Hey, how we doing?
Yo.
What's good? What's up? It's another day, another dollar, I guess.
You already know it's that No Name Podcast. What's good?
Yeah, how we doing?
I'm chilling. How you doing?
I'm good. Doing all right. It's your host, Wisdom Devine, and yours truly, Tommy Adewi. I'm here with my roommates, Keion Dre.
Hey, I'm back, and I'm better.
Andre Nate.
Nice to meet y'all. Nice to join.
You whispering?
He nervous. He
nervous.
nervous.
It's his first time. It's his first
He
time. He ain't been here
nervous.
You
before.
giving us rations?
He ain't been here before.
Yeah, this is the first time.
Hey, so man, listen. We back again.
What's up?
We are back again. Nice to see you, all my friends. Hey, no, but on a serious note, though, bro, can we start off the podcast, bro, with a little moment of silence, bro, just for the fallen, bro, but most importantly, bro, for my man, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Man, bro. I love you, bro, you know what I mean, but, you know, just for him and his loved ones and his son, you know, I just want to have a little moment of silence real quick, bro, before we start the podcast, if y'all don't mind, bro. Love you, bro. Hey, so, bro, look, bro, you know, how does it feel to be over with the spring semester?
Like, very, very good. Like it's like weight has been lifted off my shoulders. That's the easiest way to put it. I'm not gonna lie. How about y'all?
Nah, I do feel good, but I think I'm finna take some summer classes, so only for a little bit.
Still grinding? Okay, Keon.
That's for summer two.
Nah,
I'm
for sure
Summer
that-
one though.
Yeah, I might do session 2.
Yeah, don't overburden yourself. It's getting 24/7. A little bit of fun.
What you say, Dre?
Nah, I for sure gotta take summer classes. Cause I don't know what to do with myself right now. All I'm doing is sleeping. I got too much time.
Facts. I slept.
Dre one of the dudes you be seeing in the movies. He just sleep through college. And he still passed up. That's the crazy part about it. You don't see how hard he be working. You just see the chill part. Like we just had graduation all through Texas, man. That I know I went to UTSA graduation. You know, did y'all go to any of the graduations?
Man, I was at work when UTSA was graduating, but I'm still proud of my boys, man. Shout out to my boy Cam, Q, and Dez, man.
Yeah,
Congrats,
they tore it
bro.
out. Yeah, yes, sir.
Nah, I didn't go to undergrad.
He was asleep. Dre was asleep. Dre was like, he ain't got time. He was work. You was at work?
I was at work.
I figured, yeah.
But I'm proud of them boys just as well.
Yeah, they turned up. Yeah, where you was at, Tommy?
I was in Houston for my sister's.
He fancy. He fancy.
Don't do you like that. I'm just gonna see somebody else. You gonna be like, I graduated.
He fancy, bro. Nah, bro, but I feel like you know, congratulations to Feet, you know, because at the end of the day, like it was a lot of the people that crossed my boy Mike, you know, Preach, CJ, you know, so many in the name, man, you know what? Hey, I'm not messing with you,
Hey
right
man,
now.
we gotta figure out a way to clip in that video of CJ. So y'all understand why I'm laughing.
Hey, I'm not doing this with y'all, bro. The alphas, this next time, alphas, just be more mindful that y'all homeboys behind y'all at graduation, so he can get his shine too, because y'all definitely kind of like overshadowed his moment. But you know, next time.
It wasn't on purpose.
Nah, it definitely wasn't on purpose because they got love for him. We all come from men of honor, you know what I mean? More business, you know what I mean? But nah, man. But I felt like the sororities and fraternities, they definitely when they did their part, they definitely came through on some real live thing. Like, did any of y'all do anything like for graduation weekend, like any parties or anything like that?
I mean, I went on Thursday.
Where you go?
We all went to Burn House.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, wait. I low key. I want to get into something.
Y'all had invited me to that joint. No, go ahead.
I want to get into something. What do you think validates like you getting something from a shorty at like a club or something?
Getting what from her?
Like,
what you trying to get? You trying to get some neck?
like,
you
nah,
trying to get some
like
vagina? What are you trying to get?
Some way to contact her, like.
The first, I mean, in your generation or my generation? I come from a different generation.
In both ways. Matter of fact, you want me to tell you a situation?
Yeah, tell me. No. Tell me how, you, Keon, yourself.
How do
your
I feel?
age? No. Your age right now. You meet a female. What is your way of asking her to contact her? What are you gonna ask her for?
I'm gonna ask for her Snapchat.
Her Snapchat?
Yes.
See, for me, if I ask a woman my age for her Snapchat,
that's disrespectful.
That makes me look like I'm your age.
Yeah. But look, it was a woman my age. So I went and asked her for her Snapchat, you feel me? But I was asking people like if I was wrong for a situation. That's why I said, do you want me to explain the situation?
Go ahead, you can explain it.
Alright, so basically we was in Burn House and like I was feeling good, had me a few drinks. Seen a female, right? And what's it called? When I seen the female, I was like, what's good? How you doing? I'm Keon. What's your name? She told me her name. Her name was Alexis. I was like, oh, okay.
Shout out to Alexis.
Nah, no shout outs, bro. We don't shout outs. No shout outs, bro. So I was like, how you doing? She told me her name, and I was like, well, I don't want to take up too much of your time because I see you like kind of busy with your friends real quick, but I just came over here to tell you look good, and I want to know if I can get your Snapchat, some way to contact you after this. She was like, you can buy me a drink. Now, people say I was wrong because what I said next, I was like, you can buy me a drink. And then she was like, why would I do that? And I was like, exactly, why would I do that for you type shit? And then she was like, I don't know, it's a free drink. And I walked away. Because I'm like, to me, a drink don't equal you giving me your Snapchat. You feel me?
So she's supposed to give you her Snapchat for free?
Not for free, but like...
No, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no.
And like basically,
I don't want no scrub. Scrub is the guy that can't get no love from me.
Look, but like, why that's the first thing she asked? She like,
because you're trying to make sure you bringing something to the table,
bro.
I just said.
Okay.
But she can't have a conversation first?
She did. She said, buy me a drink.
That was like 2 seconds. You should have a 10-minute conversation.
I'm on her side.
You on her side.
You can buy the drink. We can have the conversation. Somebody else gonna buy the drink, and they gonna get the conversation.
Okay.
See, I told you I used to lust for them.
But she could get the drink. She could get the drink and walk off though.
Shout out to the Keon episode.
Hey, he's hilarious. But I mean, all right. So basically, I was asking like people. I was like, damn. So was I wrong? Type shit.
I mean,
and then they was like,
did you ask her name?
Yes, I asked
her full name.
I didn't ask her full name.
So
I didn't want to know her government.
You didn't?
Not the
you
first
just wanted
time.
A club name? You wanted a club name? Diamond.
Hey,
Epiphany.
Alexis.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
I feel like I'm not giving out my full name at the club. Like, that's just too much information right off the bat. Like, you can get my first name, just how to address me, but you're not getting my full government. You can find a lot out with just your first name.
Yeah. You can still do a whole background search and everything.
I can follow you to the car and get your tag number.
You're so wild for saying that. No,
yeah,
but
I don't play.
No.
I'm cyber security when it comes to things like that. Don't play with me. You heard me? Don't play with me.
But basically, like I asked like people at work, right? I was just like tell this because I don't care. Like it happened. So like I was asking like I asked like a female that's like close to your age, and then I talked to people that's like my age. I was like, when I told the story, that's like. Snapchat's too like a lady that's like close to your age, like a female that's like my age. That was like Snapchat's too personal. You should ask for the number. I was like, it's too personal. I feel like the number is too personal.
Be a gentleman.
Because no, look,
be a gentleman.
I could be a gentleman and ask for the number, but in today's age, they're just gonna give you their social media. So why even go to?
Well, you should have let her give it to you instead of you asking first. You was too cool for school.
Look at this reasoning behind getting a Snapchat. In today's age, they meet at the club, right? So they only saw each other at the club. After the time period, she don't know if she gonna see him again. So if she Snapchats him, if he posts on Snapchat, then she sees the face. So if he hits her up randomly, she saw the face on Snapchat, so she knows who it is. A random number texts you, you like, who is this?
I'm gonna tell you who it is. Peace, Queen. How you doing? Blessings.
But
Good morning. Good afternoon.
She don't know what the face
Hey,
is.
love.
She was drunk at the club. She don't remember what that
It's
face is.
the God that put the grace in your soul when I text you.
Nah, essentially,
You felt my vibration.
The difference between what Wisdom is saying versus what like they're saying, essentially, like for a social media aspect, it makes it easier for you to put like a face to the name and like identify the person easier because like you don't remember. Oh, I get this person.
But I mean,
blah, or this person give me blah blah.
after
What it look like.
I just feel like y'all need to stop doing drugs and drinking then. If y'all can't remember just from the night before, B. I'm gonna keep it real. I've never been like that.
I don't partake in those things, not remembering my night before.
No.
I'm not just saying you, I'm saying the generation.
And I'm not saying for me, I'm talking about for them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like,
Yeah,
they'll see your social media and everything like that. Off of that stuff, like, oh, this is the guy who I seen doing this, yada yada yada. Like this guy who came up to me and then
like it just I feel like it makes them feel safer for a certain extent. But especially in today's age.
So like it's
how
not just like
today's
because like, it's not just like a random guy hitting you up no more. This is the guy I saw last night.
But after the fact, I seen where I was wrong. After I talked to a few people, I was like, okay, I could have did things differently.
Yeah.
Understood.
Well, first off, you shouldn't even try to get numbers. First off,
I just want to see what you thought about the situation. You feel me? But that's all. We can.
I mean, I don't know. Let us know what y'all think in the comments.
I mean,
Keon be standing.
I could be wrong.
I think he need to go see Dr. Phil.
I see both sides, and I don't think Keon really wrong, but at the same time he's not right either.
Yeah, I'm not right either.
It's like he expected it like a certain type of.
I mean, Dre was on the side.
Yeah, he's like, so at least it's like I'm gonna let you have fun.
But Dre gonna fall asleep, so then Dre really don't got his back. So he really on his own.
Don't talk about nobody falling asleep because he actually fell asleep.
What you mean?
You
mean today?
Nah, I'm talking about in the club, fell asleep.
Oh no, I fell asleep.
I ain't gonna lie, that day wasn't as good as.
But to be fair though, Tommy don't even rock with people in the club.
Nah,
he be on his own, like Dolo. He be in the club throwing the football. In the club throwing the football at a party. What is going on with you? Relax one time. Relax.
I only do that because half the time, actually at like scenes or parties, it gets to a point where people aren't actually doing anything or actually like talking for real. So,
you know the difference though, I'm gonna tell you something that between like how y'all party and like where I grew up at, like it's very much dangerous to be in parties. Buildings really don't even let you rent.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact they afraid that the establishment is gonna get shot up or it's gonna get tore up just from a big melee. You know what I mean? Like since I was young, you know, it's been fights. We used to have something called a City Auditorium. We had something called Knights of Columbus, where like two young guys like used to fight every weekend. Like it used to always like, you know, north side, south side type thing. But as we started to get older, like we all went to the same school. That's why it was crazy. Like we all end up going to the same school, but on the weekend we just would fight each other. It's crazy, but then like life, as we start to get older though, like we in our 30s, but our like little brothers, nephews, cousins, they coming up, and the gang culture has hit the city wild. So when I see y'all can go out and party and it be no issues, it puzzles me why, you know, where I come from and other places too, but it's more so I'm speaking on like what I know, you feel me? Partying is not the same. It's not like, I don't even think it's safe. Like when I go out and see how y'all party, you can feel the love. You can feel the friendship in the atmosphere. And sometimes it might be a little conversation here, but it never really. I think I was the most rowdiest person at the party, right?
When?
The party y'all had. Like Joe told me through.
Yeah.
I think I was like the most, and that was because I was security and I was just trying to clean stuff up. So it's like even in them, like I've never seen things go really bad for y'all. It's been situations where I've seen people lose their life. Like even my man that I was just talking about, Mr. May he lost his life at a party, man. So like these parties, bro, like I feel like you gotta be more aware. Bless you, bro. I feel like you gotta be more aware, of your surroundings and what you do. You feel me? So like, do y'all feel like when you go out you need to be armed or have some type of protection just to be safe? Or how do y'all feel like when you go out, not just in the community, but like when you go out of town or going to these parties, meeting new people, new girls, just going to foreign territories. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like no, cause like first off, I feel like everybody should like feel good about their hands. If you don't feel good about your hands, then like that's something you need to take up with yourself. For me. And then second off, I feel like it don't even be needing to be taken there sometimes, cause like it be something small that somebody bumping into somebody, and then like somebody don't be like, oh my bad or excuse me, and then it just be a whole nother problem. You feel me? But I just try to steer away from the situations. But I understand what you're saying about parties like that, cause where I'm from, it's like parties I be on my toes. I know where all the exits is. Like I'm not taking no chances. But like down here, as far as like my college parties, like I ain't even had to worry about that. But there was a few times I was like just always on my toes. But like that's always like anywhere I go though. But I feel like if you're on your toes, you shouldn't be worried about it.
In a sense, also like I don't think we should. I agree with that. Like everybody, if you want to do something with your hands. Because most time y'all just like people will have the help in a party, and just because they have that help, or like they're too scared to take an L, they gonna pull it out or do something, or yesterday there was a fight at that brunch.
Whoa, that you went to? Texas State? That's crazy.
Actually, I want to say something, but I'll tell you like specifically.
Offline.
Yeah.
All right,
but
bet.
like essentially.
It be lame.
I can't say that. But yeah, it was stupid shit. Like people bumping into each other, you getting mad, but like, why are you doing all that?
It's the alcohol, bro.
No, alcohol.
Alcohol, testosterone.
Not only that, like some people just have too much, like too big of an ego, too big of pride.
That's that testosterone.
Yeah, like they need to relax. Like at certain points, like you gotta realize there's a time and place for the most part, and you also gotta realize, is it really worth it right now?
Hold up. And also you gotta realize you at a party, bro.
I mean,
like
stupid.
You at a party and you know people get rowdy and stuff.
You're scaring the bad.
Like if you know people get rowdy and you know certain songs gonna do certain things to people, like they gonna all bundle up and jump around. Just move yourself from that area, bro, so you don't even have that problem.
No, but this one wasn't even that type of situation.
No, I'm just saying in general though, because that's how it be most of the time.
They fought to the R&B song, bro.
Yo, I ain't.
Look at Dre. Look at Dre.
No, like I kid you not, like it got to R&B section of parties where like okay, everybody winding down.
Yeah.
It was like one or two. It was either right after.
They probably ain't get no girls all night though.
If I explain what happened, is
essentially is that.
Hey, just know like everything was forced. At the end of the day, you know me at party. I see a fight, I'm gonna start watching. Cause like, and then the security guards started pepper spraying everybody.
Yo.
So everybody had to dip out. People started coughing. Like they ended the party, and that was a good night. Like everybody was vibing. Everybody was like getting ready to see what's at the play.
That's crazy. I've been pepper sprayed before.
You know, I haven't been pepper sprayed. I've been around it, but
I was pepper sprayed unintentionally though.
Well, I was in the army. Boy, I get in the gas chamber. You just talking about,
bro. I was pepper sprayed
My
unintentionally.
name is, my social security number is, whatever they tell me to say, right? whatever. Do push-ups, jumping
Bruh.
jacks, whatever. Like,
Like, nah, that pepper spray.
get some
different,
milk.
bro.
Just get some milk. If you can get to it, you know what I mean? Get you some milk. Pour it all over your face, whatever.
You
You'll be
have
just
it?
fine, B. You'll be just fine. You'll be alright, bro. It ain't.
No, this
it ain't
happened a
that
while
bad.
ago.
No, I'm just saying the
Oh, now I
the
know.
pepper spray ain't gonna be that
I might
bad,
need to keep
bro.
a milk carton on me.
Like, I'm
What happened? I was in 7th grade, right? And we was at lunch. This happened in 7th grade, I swear to you. And like, you know, girls used to carry the little pepper spray and stuff. So I guess somebody was playing with pepper spray, right? Sprayed it under the table, bro. Me and all my friends caught the whiff of it, bro. It hit us in the eye and we smelled it. Like, bro, I got
Oh,
up, bro.
but y'all got the miss.
Bro,
You gotta get that on like this. That's it. Look, that's
on
it.
your skin.
Man, listen.
Bro.
I've been in El Paso having a real live gang fighting against the Aztecas. That's a big Mexican gang. You feel me? Going downtown. You know what I mean? It was a club called Club Blue. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about. It's like 50 of us. It's 50 of them. We just, going at it. Man, the police weren't trying to get in that thing, man. They told them, stop. Man, that next thing you know, they just macing the whole crowd. But when you got warriors, man, you ain't, man, stuff. Man, when your adrenaline pumping, man, you don't even feel it, man. It'll get to you out the wild, but even then, like I said, you know, those who know. We was lucky we was having nurses around us that was in, you know, that was close to us, but, you know, we was lucky to get about them situations, man, unscathed, you know, not going to jail or nothing, but that's what I'm telling you, like, if you get that stuff, man, just get you some milk, man.
All right.
Get you some milk, pour it over your face, and you'll be just fine, man. Get you some milk, man. Gangster code, man. You get you some milk. Got milk, man. You heard it. And I don't know about the breast milk, but just get the regular milk for right now.
Milk, yo.
Hey, no, but listen. To tap back in on what y'all was talking about, I feel y'all where y'all coming from when y'all say, you know, you shouldn't have to bring a weapon. Just use your. Oh, matter of fact, Dre didn't even give his.
Dre didn't say his side.
My bad.
Like, I for sure feel like I don't have to have a weapon going to a party because like it's a party. Like you should just be chilling. But like,
trying to have fun.
Like, I sure have my wits about me. Like I don't drink like to like get overly drunk. Like I still have to like be aware of my surroundings and like know where like my exits are and all that. Like, so it's like. It's never having a weapon. It's more of like being prepared for if something go down. Like that's what I feel like I'd be like watching more than just having a weapon on me. And if like I do need a fight, then I'm just gonna use my hands and we're gonna thug it out. Like that's what it's gonna be.
I'll say this: if I'm in a different area though, like an unfamiliar territory, I'm not gonna have my weapon with me in the party. It might be in the car.
Yeah, especially if you're alone. You just in the vicinity because there's a lot of different stories, especially recently. That people go places alone, don't come back because a group of guys or something, someone got mad, shot, boom. Been on the news, it's just been happening a lot.
And you are definitely bad about doing that at parties.
Can't, like, at this point, coming out of quarantine, coming out of pandemic, it's like a lot of those people ready to hit anything. They've been in the crib, been mad, dealing with what they're dealing with. If anybody tests them inside, like it was like how you said, like, oh, you guess if someone bump you at a party, you can even accidentally bump into somebody at the gas station. They like it's actually getting ridiculous.
But I'm gonna keep it a band. Like since I've been about my age is be getting like confused, bro, because I be feeling mad old, mad older than what I am. But I'm just say. Teenager and before I was 16 for sure. I think so. Because I should have been driving then. So maybe I was 16. But I'm gonna say no before I was 18 for sure, right? Like I remember being in a party, you know, rest in peace to Lord Herman, Camp Grove's finest. Like I remember being in a party and he got killed at his party. At his party. His party. I watched people get trampled. I mean, people were screaming for help, and I'm talking about was in the middle of the door, hundreds of people laid out on the floor, bro, just trampled, bro. I had never seen nothing like that before in my life. Like, I've also been to parties. Like I was telling you about the City Auditorium thing. I used to want to be a DJ as a kid. It's a infamous DJ out in the city called Danville in Virginia. His name Greg G. And he was like the biggest in the city when it came to DJ. And I used to always want to carry his crates. And if you carried his crates into the party, you know, it only costs $5 to get in. But when you young, $5 is a lot. You feel me? But I also wanted to see how he spends. So it wasn't really about the $5. I'm gonna keep it real. It was more so I wanted to pick his brain. You know, I haven't seen him since I was a grown man, but I learned a lot from Greg G. Greg G is a legend. You know, and I know he out there doing his thing somewhere. And shout out to you because, you know, I know what that means today to carry somebody's crates. You know, and in them parties, bro, people really didn't get into it inside so much, but outside it would be, you know, like y'all said, using your hands, right? But after a while, that hands thing, dudes got tired of losing. You understand? And even before the guy Lord Herman got killed, I lost a good friend of mine named Chad Johnson. You know, he was a hand guy. He beat the brakes off of you. I'm talking about, some would say a bully. I would say a product of his environment and a gentle giant. But if he didn't rock with you, he didn't rock with you, and he was gonna take it to you because he came from a family. Remember how I told you in the other episode about how, you know, if your family had a name and your uncle, he came from a family like that. You know what I mean? They know who they are. You know, I don't really want to say their name like that because they might not want me to back, man. You know, Tommy over here just trashing the episode, making mistakes. It's all right, though. We still love you. But we got to let the fans know what's going on. We have some technical difficulties. But it's all right. We back. So, like we were saying, I've been talking about losses. You know, but have y'all lost anybody that's close to y'all due to murder? Don't necessarily gotta be at a party or nothing, but have y'all lost somebody?
Yeah.
Mind sharing? I mean, that was very bland, sir.
You said what?
Do you mind sharing? That's very bland, sir.
I had lost my cousin Pee-wee. He had got killed like when I was like 10 years old.
10?
Yeah.
How old was he?
How old was he? He had to be like late 20s, early 30s.
You know him a lot?
Yeah.
How did it affect you?
How did it affect me? You made me just move differently. For me.
In what way?
View life differently. Always like think of safety precautions. Like I was young at that time, so like I was just being a kid. But after that, I was like, dang, you can't just.
Did it make you afraid?
Not afraid, but always watching my back.
What about you, Tommy?
I can say yes, but I would say no because I wasn't too close with the person. We were cool and stuff like that, but like.
Talking about how many you tell me about?
Nah, not either.
See, and so I knew he always be lying. See, I was waiting to see if he was gonna even name dude. He was even hurt when dude passed, and he didn't even want to acknowledge dude. See how he do?
I'm not gonna lie to you because that was recent, and I tried to forget about things before I remember again. I'm not gonna lie to you. So like, I'm not the type of person.
He just like hate everything.
No,
in life.
That's not even hate. It's just how I deal with certain type of pains. Like I had to understand it's there, and then I can come back to it, so I can actually like deal with the. Okay. Nah, but that one.
Not your hard again, Keon.
That one stunned me. But one I was actually gonna talk about was from high school. Like we weren't too close, but I knew him and I interacted with him. It's back that like I just knew like I was never gonna see him again. It was like it hit me, but it was like same time I knew there's absolutely nothing I could have done. So I just had to be like, all right, it is what it is. But for this one that was more recently, it hit because it was like, knowing the type of person he is, he's not the type of person like, oh yeah, he's gonna like, just gonna mess somebody now. He chilling, like if you start going on something like weird, he gonna say something, but like, he not gonna try to take it to extreme immediately. So it's like, especially reading the news report and understanding like what actually happened from people who were also close to him, his girlfriend and friends that were at the party. She's went to go get some drinks at the gas station real quick across the street. I don't wanna get too much into but like
That's different. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, y'all just see me yesterday break down about Mr. Man. So look, bro, at the end of the day, that's the whole purpose. Like, you know, I even wanted to bring that up is because, bro, you know, death, it sucks, bro. You know, some people look at it different ways. Some people look at it that what we're going through right now is the pain, is the hell on earth, and death is, you know, the peace and the beauty that we have yet to see. It just depends on how you view it, but you know, I feel like, man, at the end of the day, something that Keon said that really touched me. You know, you say you was 10 years old. That will put you around what, the fourth grade, right? So when I was around like the fourth grade. My friend Reggie, he got shot. You know, somebody knocked on his door around Christmas. You know, door open, boom, he gets shot, right? And he lives though, right? And I remember the whole school being afraid, like, oh, it can happen to me, right? But what it made me do is to say, I ain't never opened the door when somebody knocked. Somebody else got it because I'm still too young and I can't defend myself. You feel me? So that was something crazy that you said that I definitely understand that wholeheartedly. And Reggie, you know I love you, but like he know that he scared us when that situation happened, but he pushed through. I remember him coming to school in the wheelchair. They having the news there, just showing how much of a fighter. He been a fighter his whole life, but like that's crazy that you know you said that at such a young age you had that mindset. You know, Dre said you ain't never had nobody, right?
The closest thing I would say was in high school. We had this freshman high school player. I knew his brothers, and I knew him, but like I didn't like conversate with him. Like I'd probably like talk to him like if he ever said something because like we used to play sports and stuff. I knew him in middle school, and like he was at a house party with like some of my friends, and like I didn't go to parties in high school. Like I just stayed home, but like he was a freshman in high school, and they were at a party. The cops show up, and like him, his brother, and like two of my friends that were on the basketball team with me were in a car, and they were driving away. They were driving away from the cop, and the cop with an AR-15 shot him full of car full of kids and shot him in the head. Cause my friends that were in the back were like, "Hey, get down!" And the dude, he looked back, cop shot him in the head and twice in the chest, I believe, and he died. He died there in his brother's arm.
That's crazy.
And like
that's crazy.
Like what affected me the most, like I knew him, and like him being so young is like what killed me. And he was like a model like student, like 4.0 on the football team, like grinded out, and like I just saw what it did to my school. Like it just like broke my school, like because it happened on like a Saturday night, and like that Monday coming back, we could just like tell like nothing was right.
You know what's crazy? Not a murder situation, but we had somebody at our school that drowned, right? David Fitzgerald. And when he passed away, the whole atmosphere of the school, like, it dwindled, it changed, you feel me? Same thing with the guy, Chad Johnson, I was telling you about. Like, when he passed away, I remember they had to get to school, like, grief counseling. Like, mad students, because he was so, like, a public figure in the school. He's a celebrity in the neighborhood, you feel me? And it was big.
Too,
that's what they had to do for the whole week. They had, like, our student auditorium opened up, and, like half of the people, like, weren't in class. Like, they were just in the auditorium. Like,
I was just in the library.
And, like, just, like, letting people know. And, I don't know if I say his name, but his name was Jordan Edwards, and I feel like he deserves to have his name.
Rest in peace, Jordan. Rest in peace, Jordan, for real. Like, so do you think these situations, do you think you hold trauma from them today? Like walking as in you who you are right now?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's stuff that you have to live and learn from. anything, a lot of things can be traumatic. It's just at the end of the day, that one it hurts a lot more, but it doesn't mean you should stop.
So how do you cope with the trauma? Cause see, for most people from where I come from, drugs is the coping mechanism, or alcohol, you know, or some people use sex, you know. But I mean, so what are the healthy ways that you can cope with the trauma?
I mean, as far as for me, like when I experienced death, I probably went to go play basketball because that'll clear my head. But that's just me, though.
I feel like it just depends on the person who died and what the situation is. Because certain things, like in the process of coping with things, you try to get your mind clear and try to get back into your emotions. But if you're to certain things that you did that could remind you of that person is not going to help you really cope as well. But sometimes it could be the exact opposite, where you actually just need to kind of like do those things that you usually would do with that person, with the things that would remind you of. Cause say like, remember when Kobe died?
Yeah.
I remember hella people.
That's my daughter's birthday.
No, they couldn't hoop. Like they was like, nah, like it hurt them that bad. Like just playing basketball was too like it made them think about it so much. They're like, nah, let me just chill out for a second. So they were just, because a lot of people look up to Kobe. So
No facts. I definitely did.
So if it's for them, it was no, I can't do that. But for some other people, it was I have to now. Like I have to go out there and just at least because that's their way of like honoring the person. That's their way of like in a sense praising that person's life and what they did for them.
You know what's crazy? It's funny you say that. Like I got a homeboy I grew up with. He passed away. His name Arthur Anderson, but he got 2 young sons. Sin and Keon. And Sincere, I don't see him as much, but the pictures and things that I see from him, I see so much of his dad's heart. Like he's short in stature, but you can just see his attitude within the picture. You can tell he be fresh, but his oldest son, Keon, like he carries so much of his traits, man, and he's like so much of his dad, like, and it's like crazy because it's like it's like his dad, even though his dad's gone, I get to see what his dad could have been had he would have had all the tools that his son got, right? Mm-hmm. And so like what you just talked about, that's crazy that you say that because like I get to sometimes talk to him about his dad, tell him the things that I see about his dad that I see in him, or things that I know that his dad wish he could have had because he didn't have those opportunities that shout out to Tiff that Tiff gives him, his mom, like because I feel like not a lot of us talk about how death or trauma or sometimes just things we've seen, how they've altered how we live, the choices we make.
And that's usually the first step to actually, dealing with it or, how you said, what's the word you said? My bad.
Cope.
How to cope with it.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, until you really talk about it and express your emotions in some type of way, that's why like some people play basketball whenever.
Yeah, like Keon said, yeah. I mean, I've done that.
Sometimes you do need to actually express yourself and feel it in some type of way, whether verbal or non-verbal, but usually verbal because that's actually you, in doing so. My sister told me one way of, I guess, coping for me, like even with like lesser issues, lesser traumas, would be to journal or to express yourself in type of like art or something like that. Exercise,
yeah, I've done that.
Run, just move your body, let your mind breathe as well too. Because the one thing you don't want to do, essentially, is what that she's been telling me, and why she's also been saying, like go to a therapist, everything like that, is that you don't want to, I guess, fall victim to your thoughts or start thinking too much on certain type of situations. Because even if on the regular like scale, even if things are good, you don't think about them and like just fall into your thoughts on those. So in doing that with negative thoughts, it's a whole different like ball game.
No, I agree.
You know,
I agree.
It's like pushing against a current or like falling into the ocean. You just trying to like swim instead of letting yourself flow out of it in a sense.
I mean, for real, man, I'll just say this. You know, rest in peace to all the fallen loved ones. You know, death ain't never easy, but it's something that we can't run from. It's destined, you know. So I want to just say, you know, love those that's around you as much as you can, as long as you can, because you never know when that last time it can be, you know. But man, I want to switch gears just to lighten up the tone a little bit, man, because you know I ain't trying to bust out crying in here, man. So like, what do y'all think about these, you know, NBA semifinals that we just watched? We've been watching and then went off. You know, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Hey.
I just hate injuries so much, but I love it.
Keon upset. Go ahead, Keon.
I'm
Speak your
not
mind,
upset.
King.
That's
Speak your
tough.
mind,
Hey,
speak your
that's
mind, King.
tough for the Suns. I'm not gonna lie. They get blown out like that.
Oh,
man.
Suns,
No.
y'all, that was
But
trash.
that was terrible.
Hey, I was trying to
But
tell
look.
you. I told y'all.
Hey, but look though, my boy JT, he's him. He been hooping.
Yeah.
He been hooping.
Yeah. Jason Tatum's hooping.
I feel like Luka the best player that's left though.
Facts.
Yo,
He is. He is.
over all the players that's left.
That's all the players that's left. Luka is the best.
Hey, that's some Dallas dick rider right there. I'm not.
Oh!
Did you not
Hey,
see what he
yo.
did to the Suns?
Hey, yo, hit me up.
That's some Dallas dick rider right
He
there.
just
Let's-
picked apart a team that had 18 losses for the season.
And hey, but also wait. Let's also like dive on the fact that Jason Tatum can't be guarded by people still in the playoffs and or like Luka's not getting guarded by nobody. We all know.
Hey, Luka was snapping. You hear
Luka,
me?
like, we all know if Luka really wants to sit in front of anybody in the league and break them down, he will. JT not doing that. We've seen him get locked up by people before.
Keon, what's your argument, Keon?
Have you,
I mean-
who next somebody who locked up Luka?
Name somebody who's locked up. Luka. Hey man, it looked like the Clippers was doing it because they
Oh
were
no!
getting past
How?
them.
He took them into 7 by himself.
Yeah, but he
Dropping
still
40.
lost. He was
Yes,
hooping. He was hooping.
He only averaged like 35 in a playoff game for his career.
I think it's 39. I'm like,
39. Bro,
Something
Luka,
crazy.
yeah, something
Something
crazy.
crazy.
Luka, yes, okay. People beat him like even what's him get? Pat Beverly was saying it. He was saying yeah, but at the end of the day, and we know like Luka gonna get his.
yeah, that's what I said. He gonna get his. He hooping.
We can't say the same.
I ain't
about
never
JT.
seen-
You
JT
know that.
is
You know
gonna
he
get
gonna
his,
hoop. No, not by everybody though.
JT is gonna get his.
Hey, look. They play the Heat. Actual like defenders around the wing.
Okay, they go
They-
play defense too. The Celtics number one defense, bro.
That's cool.
That's cool.
It's gonna be a great matchup.
No,
They got-
Tommy, that's
look,
cool.
They got, but look, because it's gonna come down between either JT or JB, and on the Heat, Jimmy. Nobody on Celtics doing anything. Jimmy
Bro,
Buckets. Jimmy
I'm not-
Jimmy Buckets. It's Jimmy
Bam
Buckets.
gotta do.
No, Bam. No, look, Bam. All Bam gotta do is just make sure Robert Williams don't start like trying to take over, but he can. We know he can. It's just that's gonna be a very valuable like little matchup. But at the end of the day, if they can't like undertone Jimmy Butler, even though we know Kyle Lowry and what's his name, Tyler Hero actually gonna have to step up, but I have more faith in them niggas playing defense than I do with them playing defense. At the end of the day.
I'm not taking anybody's side, you feel me? I'm just like an observer of Jason Tatum game from before, you feel me? So I'm just happy to watch good basketball. So like I'm 50-50 on both sides.
He was a
Like
Jason Tatum fan without saying he was a Jason Tatum fan.
I'm not a Jason Tatum fan. You feel me?
You said I'm a Jason Tatum observer. You
From
watch
afar.
this man.
Get on him, Drake. Get on him, Drake. Give him that mic. Get him man that mic. Get that man the mic, Tommy.
Let's not play.
He's my favorite young guy to watch right now.
And why isn't Luka? You got some.
I'm not saying Luka is not
Hey,
bad.
wait. We said Dallas And Luka is the best one. You said that immediately without no hesitation.
Okay, but why?
I hate on Houston.
I'm
Houston.
I'm not hating because
Uh-oh.
Nah, but I feel like we misconstrued our favorite player with whoever's the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we like somebody and how they play? Cause like that's how they play, and like you like how they play instead of like dick riding the best player that's on the court at one time.
Oh no, I never do that.
Oh no, yeah, he don't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm not saying you do that, but I'm saying,
but in general.
but like in general, like that's what it is.
Hey yo, because remember that's how it was with Westbrook basically this season with the Lakers. Because let's be real. Let's be real quick. Westbrook hasn't had a bad season until this season with the Lakers.
Like he always got to bring it to Westbrook.
No,
He
but
love
I
Westbrook.
agree. Yeah, because facts. Because like there's certain players that like I know what they do on the court. I understand like how everything's supposed to be with them, how like what they need on the court and all that. So like when certain things going wrong, especially when people, that majority of people do not watch games, they only watch clips.
That's fine.
We all sit here and watch these games, and I'm like, I was in like a Twitter group chat. They love just slandering people for no reason and saying stuff, but like in the grand scheme of things, like how you were saying this morning, or how we were talking about this morning when we were talking about basketball, it was most people don't actually understand sports. They understand it from a viewing point, from like the bleachers, but not actually what it's like to play or be a part of an organization. Like an actual organization, not just y'all do what y'all want to do.
They know how to read numbers.
Like actually not like there's not to read numbers. There's stats and because in the grand scheme of things, stats is cool, but stats not telling you everything for real. Because all right,
There's way more to the
there's
game.
way more. Like almost everything else in the game cannot be statistically like gathered. If they can't tell you, oh, James Harden when he was playing with these Sixers, he's telling people cut, do this, move here, and diming them, and still almost like he might not be James Harden who.
But you already know how I feel about James Harden.
Yeah, but I'm saying no, but hear me out, cause yeah, you don't really like because you think
he folds under pressure, bruh.
No, I understand the argument. I'm not gonna say but at the same time,
pressure bust pipes or make diamonds. He ain't no diamond, bruh.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie to you, but I was gonna say I feel like he could show you a diamond, but he would.
When?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he can anymore.
When?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can anymore because look, because you know how I feel about Doc Rivers. They're extending Doc Rivers, and he's gonna stay on that team. So I'm really thinking unless they break that up, he's done for. Because you know how I feel about Doc Rivers and as a coach in general, and I feel like he's a fraud. Like there's nothing anybody can tell me. Like, I feel like that man is genuinely a fraud. With all the great teams, great lineups he's had, I know if the coaches that are supposed to be of his caliber were to get those same teams, they winning at a higher clip. He won one championship with
I can't disagree. I mean, but Celtics fans that from that era might jump on your head though. I don't know because I never was a fan. I'm a Lakers fan. I've been a Lakers fan coming up. Always have been. Always will be. Even when they trash like right now, I'm still a fan.
The only thing is that they can get on.
I'm not a fan. I'm a supporter. I'm not a fan. Like, a fan is short for fanatic. I'm not a fanatic for nothing.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I was a fanatic for the horse at one point.
Okay. Yes.
The lust for whores. Go back episodes, lust for whores. Tell me be lusting for these whores. Don't let them lie to y'all.
Hey,
we're
gonna circle back to that before the podcast.
But look, y'all didn't even talk about the Bucks game though. Y'all disrespectful.
That's why I said JT went crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, Grant Williams surprised me, had 27.
But y'all wasn't surprised that Giannis lost?
Who was y'all?
Not really. I'm not gonna lie to you, because once they told me Grant Williams is playing again, not Grant Williams. Once they told me like Chris Middleton was out, he even said it. He was perfect to say it. They weren't really like.
I knew once when Chris Middleton was out, they wasn't beating the Celtics. And then you gotta think in Game 6, Giannis just had 40-some points and 20 rebounds and still lost.
So I really just showed. I feel like that shows your team is not good.
He had 40 points and like Jason Tatum had 46.
I'm not gonna lie.
Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart both had 20, and like that's 80 to your 40. That's half the points.
And the thing, I was like, nah, because what Chris Middleton means to that team, he's their force master.
And the rest of their team for the Bucks, they wasn't doing it.
Because at the end of the day, it's Giannis down low. They're going to have everybody else, but that whole mainly going to be manned by, what's his name? Drew Holiday in the mid-range. And then 3-point, that's Chris Middleton land. Like he's just throwing like he's in a mid range and 3-point. He's not really going to a couple inches easy, but he in the mid range and 3-point. Space on the floor out. Why he don't even go to the paint? Giannis there. No one's stopping Giannis. We all know this. So it's Drew Holiday. You are a point guard. You gonna get everything there in the mid range, easy lobs, easy passes, and you playing excellent defense regardless. So do you, Chris Middleton, Strap, Giannis, do you? Once you take that whole element out, what are you gonna do? Especially against a good team like how the Celtics are, because they came to this playoffs hot. They stayed hot.
Al Horford playing like in 2016, 2017.
He act like he back in his prime. It's like he actually
like a young ball. Yeah,
exactly. Like he not going and just trying to move slow. He getting on you. He was playing Giannis like how Pat Beverly be playing people up right under you, it's like on you, but not like fouling you, but on you. Like that's that. I saw that. I was like, whoa. You.
So who y'all got winning the whole thing?
I got Mavs.
I don't know.
My team that I originally had, other teams I had higher than them are out.
I'm not gonna lie, any 4 teams could win.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good chance for any 4 teams.
Because
I need the 4 teams, but I got the Mavs over everybody. Nothing would surprise me if the Mavs just to me.
Okay.
I feel like, I don't know.
Ain't no dog in this race.
Because the Warriors are a different breed when it comes to playoffs. Steph and Clay are a different breed when it comes to playoffs. So that's the only thing is like I feel like the Mavs whole team as a whole doesn't have that playoff experience to beat the Warriors like they would need to. Because I feel like Clay Game 6 different.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Just to talk about Clay Game 6, I know people seen what he posted on Instagram. That's crazy. What's it called? Jay-Z, he had said in the song, he was like, Michael, Tyson, Jordan, Game 6. Mm-hmm. And then Clay put on his Instagram the song, he put Michael, Tyson, Jackson, and then he put for Game 6, he put himself.
He's going like this on his chest.
That was hard.
Game 6, what's his name? Klay Thompson is actually
he like that.
Every single Game 6 in his career, go check, he's lights out. Nobody guarding him.
He like that.
And on defense, he's everything. Like he's everywhere. He got hurt in Game 6.
But you just say you going for
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying no, because just like
not the Warriors.
Yeah, facts. This is still good teams.
And you gotta look in the past 8 years, the Warriors have made the Western Conference Finals 6. The 2 they didn't, Clay was hurt.
Yeah, but also 2 of them that they did make was with Kevin Durant, so nobody cares.
Okay.
Oh,
nah, that's facts, Toby.
Hey. So, and then another one they made, Chris Paul got hurt. Yes, Houston did get bombarded because they missed all their threes, but Chris Paul got hurt, and that was a big factor in that series. Everybody had both teams on the 7 and that could go either way. But once Chris Paul's out, we knew it was going to lose. All right.
That's a Fendi fact.
So if we going back to technicalities, everything, injuries have robbed some people. The niggas shouldn't have gone to the finals, even though they lost that year. But they shouldn't have gone when they went to 7-3-9 because Kevin Durant choked in the playoffs badly. Westbrook did not like hoop crazy, but at the same time, Kevin Durant was scared of taking big shots in Game 6 and Game 7 of those conference finals. We all seen it.
We all seen it.
And then he turns back and joined them. So
Crazy.
I'm not taking none of that. So like at the end of the day, Warriors, if everybody just played and if everybody either played up to what they should have, even this is an if statement, so like it's if statement, it didn't happen. Like, they still got there. Let's not take credit from them. They won championships. They've been there. They're a dynasty now. Let's not take anything away from them. Mm-hmm. But like if we were all to take like the certain technicalities, if everything went how it should have, they're not the dynasty they really are. Like they're a great team all time. I love the fact that they stay together.
No, let's take away everything that they should have. They have 4 rings right now. If you add that too, because we gotta add that 2016 when they came back on, when Clay got hurt and KD got hurt.
That's a fact.
So they would have 4 rings on that one.
I'm not gonna lie.
You say 2016
or 20.
KD wasn't on
I mean, not
2016.
20.
He's talking about because remember they lost 1-1. Where's
the
the
Raptors year.
The Raptors
2019.
No, Raptors year. I'm not gonna lie to you. Raptors year. I didn't think he was gonna win that hoe. Everybody was already hurt coming into the house. Boogie was hurt. He came out like everybody was just progressively coming in and out of injuries. Like we all knew they're gonna go to the finals because the roster they had literally people who are arguably all top 5 in the position throughout the entire decade.
I feel like if KD or Clay was not hurt, they're winning that finals.
Yeah, more than likely. But same time, Kawhi, people will never give him the credit that team actually had. Kawhi was going nuts. We all know this. With Kyle Lowry, Van Fleet, Siakam, even though we know he's not a team leader type of guy, but with him being a second guy to Kawhi was amazing for them. Like Kawhi was the glue that actually yes, they were like, oh yeah, they won a championship in a year.
All right, let me ask you this.
You don't do that not just by luck. They were going to playoffs every year. Just LeBron was knocking them out.
That's what I was gonna say. Let me ask you, they still win that ring with DeMar DeRozan? Because I low-key think it's just Bron knocking them out every year.
I don't think so. Just because of the fact that their team wasn't built for DeMar DeRozan. Like they tried to, but they failed. Let's be real. Like that team, like the way that what we're seeing now.
But what Bron was doing to them was like crazy. Yeah. So it's not even nothing DeRozan was doing. Because if you look at DeRozan's stats, he was hooping. It's just Bron was going crazy.
Yeah, it was Bron going crazy. Kyle Lowry was even hooping them too. But I'm saying, in the grand scheme of things, that Toronto team, because they got beat by Bron back to back to back, I'm just saying they're not they were never built for DeMar DeRozan. We see him go to the Spurs hoop. Now we see him with the Bulls hooping crazy. Everybody's like, oh, DeMar DeRozan, Green, he's a great. Now, then they see him going to this season, starting getting MVP talks. And then everybody on his team is also hooping crazy too. And it's flowing together because all of them get on defense, get on offense, likes to push the pace, likes to pass the ball, likes to get lobs, likes to have fun, some showtime. But if we go back to Toronto, they on some pass, look, maybe you ISO, maybe I ISO, but they're not all playing defense though. Some people getting cooked, and cooked badly. That's why LeBron over here being a one-man team, leading Cavs in every category, and shooting amazing percentage, and also being the defensive guy he was, just manning now, making them all look like little kids. That's just. But at the same time, it's LeBron James. He's the greatest player of all time. There's no dispute.
Never watch your mouth.
I'm sorry.
Get out of here with you, man. This is where. All right, we ain't gonna talk about basketball no more. We off basketball. We're done with basketball. Hot topic of the day because we are not done. What do you guys think about the RICO charges that Young Thug and YSL got going on?
I'll let y'all talk about that one first. I haven't looked too much into it. So.
Hey man, it's looking pretty tough for them boys right now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's looking very, very slow for them. I'm not gonna lie. They have an ample amount of
evidence
around them, and it's all detailed evidence. Same time, I mean not all of it, but for the most part, there's certain things that actually hold a lot of weight are detailed. They just released something talking about how I'm gonna go back and read the things because that's what you're telling me to do. But the song says something about how Thug was in there saying, outside talking about, oh, y'all haven't done anything to Lucy, y'all getting soft, and that's actually true. They haven't, not just that, but also other, the messages that you did show me or the other audio recordings they have is looking kind of slow, but. It's not impossible because nothing's impossible. But at the same time, it's looking really slow. They already got them boys in solitary confinement because of their status and what jail they're in and all that. So, I don't know. I do see what he does for the community now, stuff like that. So I don't want them to go to jail. I'm not gonna lie. But in the grand scheme, I don't think it's looking very bright.
Is that not what you sign up for when you jump in the streets?
Yeah.
Definitely is.
With enough money, you can get away with anything, though, I would say.
But money, like I said, money is power, but money is not always relative to power. Because there's always some people with more money who can not letting that happen.
I guess it just depends on, because this is a Georgia state RICO. It's not a federal RICO. Georgia has their own laws to where the state can hit you with RICO. YFN Lucci, he got hit, with the same type of racketeering charge. Like, they use it on the gang members, even when uh like years before this, certain other like blood and Crip gangs were getting that Rico stature in Atlanta. Like, that's what they do with the gang members, you know. And the whole point of it is to drain you of your resources. If you have no resources to be able to pay for a lawyer, and if all of us, because truthfully, y'all age group don't really understand what the RICO mean. Because if you did, you'd be very cautious of the things that you say, you do, and the people you're around. Because the feds do something called pulling the thread. That means if I call Dre and I be like, "Hey Dre, look, I'm trying to get a kilo of coke," and Dre don't sell drugs, but Dre might know somebody that got it. But my phone is already tapped, or maybe I might be working with the police, and so I call Dre phone. Now Dre is doing me a favor because Dre my homie, but Dre gonna call his homie that got the work, and now he done put his homie in a predicament because he don't know that I done some weird stuff playing with the police, and now I'm putting his life in jeopardy, and his homeboy who just so happened to be the plug. Then let's say they don't knock him down the first time, they let me now just keep continuously buying from him. Now they watching him. Now they seeing who he's buying from. They seeing his other customers. Now everybody going to jail. That's how they pull the thread. So when I say like the RICO could be, all right, boom, Keon got bricks. I got a store. Keon comes to my clothing store and buy clothes. I'm laundering Keon's money because technically I'm not supposed to take Keon's money if I know Keon is selling illegal substances or whatever, right? But business is business. But I'm gonna go. I can be sent to prison just based off of doing business with him, and on my end it's legal. But that racketeering thing was not made for gang members. It was made for the mafia, because the mafia, you got those guys that sit at the high up on the totem pole like John Gotti, and they call the shots. You never see them do a crime. That's how they looking at Thug. They trying to put Thug at the top and say, well, Thug got all the money. Thug got all the resources. And then he got Gunna. Gunna got all the resources. They got all the money. And they got all these other guys in the streets that don't have as much money, don't have the resources. But what they have is anger and weapons. And they going to go do what they got to do. So when I tell you that RICO thing, it gets real tricky. And a lot of people don't understand it, man. You can throw away your life playing around with that thing, man, because, my homie's Free Gambino. Like, them charges, man, like they charging you for everything everybody did. Not just what you could have did, what everybody did. And you are the main person that's going down for it. So you got so it's much realer than what people think. And him being in solitary confinement, that just really play on the fact of, one, they trying to break him. They probably trying, because once they get everybody locked up together, I mean not when I say together, I mean all locked up at the jail. Once everybody locked up, and then they hit you with the no bond, and the realization starts to sit in, because we had snitches and my homies indictment. That's what happens. Dudes fold under pressure. They want to go home. They want that sex. They want to run the streets. Whatever they reason be, bro. They fold it. You feel me? I don't respect it. I don't respect nobody that rap. You understand? Under no circumstances. If you was out there playing, you got to get it back how it was. If you get caught, do your time. That's what's the rules to the game. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, ain't no rules here." Nah, it's unwritten rules that we knew before we got in this because you supposed to been watching. That's what the one thing I talked about. What the generations fell in the generations prior. But one thing I'll say, when I was growing up, they made sure we understood before we jumped off the porch what we was getting ourselves into. That's why for y'all generation, y'all had the movie ATL. T.I. was trying to tell y'all. Like when Big Boy said, I don't know, I forgot his name in that movie, but when the rapper Big Boy look at the dude and say, you know this grown man business here, right? That's telling you the moment you get into this, you're no longer looked at as a kid anymore. You're a man. And everything that you do, you gonna be upheld as a man. You're no longer a kid. So like those things, bro, are the principles that I held on to, the people who I grew up around held on to, and I'll say I see the difference between how I look at things and how y'all look at things, and I'm very grateful that it's not so many people as I thought that are negative, because y'all have a way different mindset, and that's what the world needs, because man, it's dangerous. It's real dangerous, and the world is changing. But it makes me very hopeful because one day y'all gonna be parents, and you know, and I know that y'all gonna raise some really good children that grow up to do great things because y'all have morals, principles, and values, and y'all stick to them, and y'all don't try to waver from them just based on what other people doing. So I want to commend y'all on that, man, because that's probably what's kept you alive this long. Like because you know the smallest mistake can get you killed. You know, even when you're good, like you're not in the streets. I lost a homegirl. You know, R.I.P. Toya. You know, like but. Like sometimes you just at the wrong place at the wrong time and your life get taken, you know? So it's like, man, I appreciate these conversations we be having, man, because, you know, it's more so therapy than anything. You know, a lot of people probably just thinking like, oh, you know, they doing this to get views. Like, nah, it's just really just us kicking it, cooling it. And, you know, if you come through watching, thank you, you know. But if not, you know, we making history to leave behind for the world. And if somebody's going to appreciate it for sure.
Right.
But tell me, what we got on this table? You know what I mean? Like, what you got on your head? Like, what's going on here? Like, you got a lot of product placement. What is going on here, my friend?
I guess the more hats. These are the first two I made, and these are the next two for real. This is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's that chocolate tie right there. That's that chocolate tie for all those who know. You know about that chocolate tie. You know, with that fire.
Nah, but I just got the shipment the other day, but I've been wearing it. People can give me some comments on it saying they want it. That's kind of very endearing. I like it. But look, it's suede on it. Got the gold, university gold, with the white detail right there. Go for gold on the back. And this one, my head. It got the hearts on the inside. You can see them if you look up. But like, for real though, I might start incorporating that more. I like it.
Where they can find you at again? Where they can get the gear?
At War for the Worlds on Instagram, Twitter, or even the website. That's WURA, the number 4, I'm gonna say 11. DA, then WORLD.com.
Hey, like I said in my episode, if you want to be dripped out, go shop at War. Simple as that.
Please.
Hey man, so listen, we ain't gonna hold y'all. We gonna wrap this thing up.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. You know, like I said, when Keon pulled through, I really be feeling like I be having great episodes. You know what I mean? And we brought my boy Andre in here today, so
appreciate you, Dre, for coming through, Dre.
Thank you for having me.
You know, one thing about it, you know, they don't know. We sit here and we do this all the time, You know, we pulled Dre on. You know, Dre even got his dog on here, but you know, this is love. This is what we always do, and we're a family. You know, this is just us opening up our world to y'all, and I'm hoping y'all appreciate it. This the No Name Podcast. Check y'all another time. We gone.